So now we will discuss the meaning of Dharma from the absolute standpoint. Dharma has got so many different shades of meaning. How is it defined? Dharma of a thing is defined as that without which a thing has no existence. Dharma of a thing is that without which a thing is no more that thing. For example, dharma of fire is heat. You can never have a cold fire. Similarly, dharma of sugar is sweetness. If it is not sweet, it cannot be sugar. Now the important question is, what is our dharma? What is that without which we have no existence? When we analyze, we find that it is the consciousness in us. It is the consciousness which lends sentiency to the inert body-mind complex. Consciousness is the life-giving principle which keeps us alive. The body, the mind and the intellect are able to function only because they are enlivened by the sentient factor called consciousness. Again, it is this consciousness which is the very core of our being, which we call I, the Self. So this I am in each and every one of us is this consciousness. So we can conclude that we have no existence other than consciousness. So what is our dharma? Consciousness is our dharma. So consciousness in me is my true nature. It is eternal, permanent thing in me. Body is impermanent. So body will come and go, but consciousness will remain with me. So what happens when I start identifying with this infinite, immortal, blissful consciousness? Instead of the body, when I identify with this all-perfect consciousness, I come to realize a great truth, that I am consciousness with a body and not body with consciousness. Consciousness becomes important for me and the body becomes insignificant. I undergo a total change of perception about myself. I perceive myself to be perfect consciousness with an imperfect, insignificant and unimportant body. So there is a total integration that happens in me when I identify myself with consciousness. Now, when I see myself to be consciousness, how will I perceive others? I will see the very same consciousness functioning through different bodies. The rule is, what I see in myself, I see in others. If I see myself to be this body, I will see others also to be the bodies. If I consider myself to be consciousness, I will naturally treat others also as consciousness. Meaning, I will see my own self in others also. That is, I will see myself in others. So this knowledge that I am consciousness and not the body brings in the vision of oneness. And what is the result of this vision of oneness? Wherever there is oneness, there is love, compassion, forgiveness, tolerance, etc. Wherever there is oneness, there is a spontaneous expression of eternal values of life. For example, in my whole body, I feel oneness, and therefore I love each and every limb of my body unconditionally. My hands, my legs, my ears, my eyes, even if they are ugly, I love them because they are a part of me. So when I see the very same consciousness in me pulsating as life in others also, I develop a vision of oneness, and all the eternal values of life come out of me as a byproduct of this vision. So self-knowledge brings in this vision of oneness. And this holy vision leads to all the eternal values of life. And these values of life, when practiced, lead to cosmic balance, cosmic harmony, and cosmic orderliness. So if there has to be cosmic orderliness, what is the way? Each and every individual must be made aware of his or her own true nature. So the best way to bring in Dharma Samsthapana is by promoting spiritual knowledge or self-knowledge. And how can this be done? Bhagavan says, Paritranaya sadhunam. Protect those, encourage those who are living a life of spirituality. Because spiritual people alone can spread spirituality. Spirituality has no existence other than spiritual people. So these spiritual people are called here as sadhus, those who live a dharmic life based on the teachings of the scriptures. So if you have to promote spirituality, we have to encourage spiritual people. Just like if you want to promote music, you will have to encourage musicians, because music has no existence other than musicians. So how to promote music? Award the musicians, reward them, fund them, give them land to establish music academies, encourage young artists, provide opportunities to them to exhibit their talents in the public. Isn't it? Similarly, if the government wants to encourage science, what should they do? They will have to support the scientists, because science has no existence other than scientists. So how will they support the scientists? Fund them for their research and development. Give them land to establish research laboratories. Give them occasion to exhibit the new scientific inventions. This is the way you encourage science, by supporting the scientists. In the same way, how to encourage spirituality in the society? It is possible only by supporting spiritual people. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Paritranaya sadhuna. Now the next term, Vinashaya cha dushkrita. Now what is the best way of destroying an adharmic person? It is not by killing, but by giving him the right understanding. An adharmic person is adharmic because he doesn't know who he is. All his adharmic activities are because of his identification with the body. So if the right knowledge, the spiritual knowledge is given to him, that, oh my dear, you are not this body, but you are consciousness, which is the same in everyone. If this knowledge is given to him, naturally he will become a dharmic person, and thus you have destroyed the adharmic tendencies in the adharmic person, and you have converted him into dharmic person. This is the best way. And this can be done only by the brahmanas, the teacher class. And suppose if this method doesn't work, the teaching method doesn't work, then the kshatriyas will have to step in. So what is the way in which kshatriyas, they try to do the dharma samsthapana? Their method is by punishment and all the harsher ways. So if you are not willingly ready to walk the path of dharma, you will be forced to walk the path of dharma. Forcing the people to walk the path of dharma is the job of the kshatriyas, the military people, the police people. It is their job. So how is dharma samsthapana done? Dharma samsthapana is done by these two classes of people, the brahmana class and the kshatriya class. So Bhagavan empowers them and then ensures that dharma samsthapana is attained in the society.